everybody. How we doing? Welcome back. We have an interesting one for you today. Something new that I was sent for review. No, I'm kidding. Something I picked up through a Facebook group, through All Day Boros. I got it through Dominic Ball. He runs group buys. He's been doing it for a long time. He's been doing it well before I started using Facebook to buy anything. So this is by a company called Mech Lyfe. And they have been around for a little bit. They kind of changed the spelling on their name. Or never mind, it's called MechVape. It used to be called Mech Lyfe. That's it. Yeah, they did the Paramour. Joel Robinson, most people know him for the Profile RDA. It was a huge deal when it came out. Whenever that was, 2017 or 18. And he did the Profile RTA, the Unity RTA. He's done tons of stuff. The Truss Boro Bridge RBA. He's done the what's the other one? You know, he's collabed on a lot of stuff. Profile Squonk Mod. He did a lot of things with Wotofo. So, you know, because of the success of that Profile RDA, you know, Wotofo just ran with it with him. But this is not with Wotofo. This is with MechVape, which was Mech Lyfe, Lyfe. Yeah, here he is with this. I was so impressed with this, being that it's $40, and it's the only drawback that I seen was that it was 40 watts and an internal Lipo mod, internal battery. And unlike some Lipo mods, you can't, there's no way to access this thing. You can't open it up in any way. There's no screws on it. So in effect, it's actually very clean looking and very nice, in my opinion. Whereas like something like the Delro, you can open it up actually. You can technically open it up. Or like the Noct, those mods, even though they're Lipos, you can technically change out the batteries. It is rechargeable. It has a USB Type-C. You know, there's another review that talks about it as if it's a disposable. It's not like that. It's not like a one and done thing. It's more like a pod where you can recharge it technically. So don't look at it like that, like it's a disposable. It should last you for a good while still. And even though you can't replace the battery, hey, I mean, it's only $40. So you could get a few of them, or hopefully they'll keep making them. I would imagine this is going to be a good seller, or is a good seller already. I'm not positive. Like I said, got it through Dominic Ball. You can get it directly on their website as well for $35. Now, if you buy it through them, it may take a little longer to ship to you. If you get it through Dom, it only took me 2 days to get mine. Then again, we are pretty close. He's in Pennsylvania. I'm in Delaware, USA, and he's in Lock Haven apparently, which I believe is where Vape Haven is from. Needed stuffs, or where they used to be from anyway. I got it in MTL mode right now. I'm running the 415 RBA. It's an MTL RBA exclusively. And it does a good job at it. I don't normally vape MTL, but here I am vaping MTL. So let's bring it down. Alright, this is how your BM40 will come. Just like this, Mr. Just Right 1, MechVape, some information on the back. 1100 mAh, goes up to 40 watts. Compatible with Boro tank RBAs, Type-C charge port. Come on, open it up without destroying the box, please. Okay. Alright, this is how it will come, all wrapped up. I rewrapped it, except I did not take my RBA out. Okay. So it does come with its own drip tip, which is right here. Not an integrated tip, but it acts as an integrated tip. Pretty sure. I don't really want to fuck with it. I think it's a Delrin tip. It feels like a Delrin tip. I don't think it's made out of anything else. So, yeah, there's that. I put in a regular flush nut. It doesn't come with one. Except that. You could use that, I guess. So, yeah, here's the mod. I asked him online what the material was. He never responded. He responded, but he didn't answer me about that. I'll get into that in a minute. It does turn off and on. It's not like a DNA 60 where you can't technically turn it off. So just G45 turns it off. See, nothing happens. MechVape. So just that. I got a 0.84, 20 watts. Hold it in, got 4.10 volts. So let's see. Doesn't have that many functions, right? There's no puff count, which would have been cool. So 1, 2, 3. You got watts, volt, temp, bypass. That's it. So that was 3 clicks. I tried like stuff like this. Nothing happens. But if you go like this, you gotta hold it in for a long time. It says key lock, right? But you can still fire it, and the screen still stays on. But you can't adjust the wattage. See? Now hold it again. Gotta hold it for a while. Now it's unlocked. Okay? So that's the functions of the chip. Like I said, USB Type-C. I mean, the layout of this thing is pretty ingenious, in my opinion. I mean, we've had enough Boro mods now to know what you should do and what you shouldn't, right? But you have just the Boro cavity on the side. Here's the cutout on the bottom. My nails are so fucked. You can grab it from the center too. I don't know what these are. They're kind of like wanting to be like G10 panels, but I think this is ABS plastic. So you got 4 magnets on all sides. This cutout, or a window cutout. This is what that says. Mr. Just Right. He left off the 1 on here. Good choice. And BM40, of course. I thought it was going to be like a serial number over here, but it's not. There is no serial number. Where'd they go? Really faint. Wow, that's a good move. You can't even see that. Look, see it? There you can. Wow. How's that possible? Look at that. When I hit it in a certain light, you can see the golden Greek symbols. Or the recycling symbols or whatever. Look, there it is. That is neat. It's like hidden in there. I just noticed this now. See, that is subtle. That is subtle. They kept the mod looking pretty clean still. And still did what they technically have to do in China. Oh my god, my fucking... Oh, I hope I'm not leaking now. Somehow the window slid down on my Pro Row here. The cutout on this side, there's no cutout on this side. Cutout here is very weird looking. It looks like 2 vertical lines and like a little heart. But I think it's supposed to make an M for MechVape. I don't know why they're called MechVape. I mean, they're not making a mech. Like, Mech Lyfe sounded like Avid Life, or, when that stuff was popular, mechs were popular. It just seems like a weird name right now. Especially because they renamed themselves. They could have renamed themselves anything, right? Actually, it looks like you can get inside this mod. Maybe we will be able to change the battery out at some point. I'm not doing it. I'm sorry, guys. I could get out Torx and rip this thing apart. I don't really know if I want to. I could do it at a later time. I already feel like I gotta say too much in this video. So, smart having just the juice leaking potential on this side, okay? Front screen here, it's a great move because no juice can leak into your buttons or your screen. They're up high, they're completely on a different side. It's a high fire button, trigger button, which I love. On most of my favorite mods have that. Even more far away from any leaking juice shit is your USB port. It's on the complete opposite side. This side is not a panel. It does not come off or anything like that. So it's just one panel. This little plaque, I don't know. I wish it just said BM40 and like a serial number or something. Or, I don't know. I might put like a sticker over it if I could find a cool one or something. So yeah, this strip tip is decent. I've heard people say that it gets too hot or something. So that's what makes me think maybe it's not Delrin. But it does feel like it. Anyhow, you know, that was just one person, but I don't know if that's a thing. If it does get too hot, I mean, the only reason I'm not using it is because this kind of draw isn't really like, doesn't really give me a good MTL kind of draw. You're better off with like a smaller bore, longer, skinny kind of tip for MTL draws. And like I said, this is the 415 RBA. I mean, they're a Japanese company, 415. They named their RBA and their RTAs the same as their company name. Very unique. Wattage changes in 0.5 increments, 0.5 watt increments, which I like. Moves pretty fast, doesn't round robin for some reason. Goes down to 1, goes right up to 2, and then we go to 0.5s. Okay. I love mods that have like a trigger fire like this that you can do. It's just, I don't know, that kind of placement is just my thing. Like most of the mods I like have, if it's not a high fire trigger kind of button, it's at least on the front. You know what I mean? Just about every mod I've hung on to has that feature in one way or another. This whole thing is a fire button. So yeah, I mean, very convenient. If you're right-handed, it's tough because your palm could cover this, but you still have that exposed. If you try to do it like this, you're just fucked. You're just gonna cover up all the airflow. So if they were able to make a slit on this side, it would have been cool. I don't know. I have already seen other panels for this. I will give the guy's name a mention. He did PM me, giving me his information. He's seen a comment of mine. I had asked somebody about their custom panel they had for this. It was just a bigger window. Depending on what kind of plastic this is, maybe Chris Smitty from Defy could do a cutout, an entire cutout on this side, and then it could be a 2 window. I don't know. I don't know how much shit's going on in here, where it comes in at, but it's possible. It could screw with the integrity of the mod. I don't know, because it's a very small mod. I don't know if that'll, if it'd be able to handle that. Might compromise the structure of it. But who knows? I mean, it's a really loud click. That's a little distracting. Much louder. People talked about the Delro click. I thought the Delro click was fine. And, just a nitpicky preference. I would have had the button just maybe a tiny bit bigger for my own liking. It's not small at all, especially considering the size of this mod, but I don't know. I would have had it just a little bit bigger. Our plate up here is similar to that of, like, you know, how a Delro would be. So yeah, Delro is 1800 mAh. The clone Delro is 2200 mAh. This is 1100 mAh. I thought it was a 1200 mAh. It's not. It's 11, which is pretty small. I think a Caliburn is like, what, 900 mAh? An 18650 battery is generally 3000 mAh. And they're, from what I've heard, lipos, it doesn't equate. Like, a lipo can actually, even though it may have less mAh, it could last longer than a standard, like, external cell like that. Here is my first Boro Mod that I ever bought in my entire life. Or Boro Mod, I called it a Boro Mod. My first mod, my first regulated box mod that I ever got. I came from a Jewel to this. This is a Drag Mini 2, or I guess there is only one Drag Mini, by Voopoo, and it's quite weathered. The only reason I'm showing you this is because I've had this for, what, 4 years, and it still works. It's not that much bigger. This is a 4400 mAh battery. This thing lasted for days. It's a lipo, you know, and it lasts a long time. You see, they even show you 2 cells on there, so it must be 2 put together. I don't know. But yeah, I mean, the Noct is an 1800 mAh lipo. I don't have any of my lipos anymore. That's one of the reasons why I got this, because I wanted to just have a lipo in my collection for, I don't know, situations where it might come in handy. But yeah, I mean, now granted, this doesn't have a giant Boro cavity in it taking up all that space, but it just makes you think, you know, sizing and what could be done. For size comparisons, we're going to start it off with a billet box. So this is how much smaller it is than a billet box. This is not a .RBA or a .mod. This is a Boro Mod, and it is this small. So it's only that much thicker, and that's like not including the panels. So from what I could tell, this comes out to being a here it is next to a protocol ion. What's up with the focus? I'm putting it on fucking manual. So I got some of that going on. Yeah, it's about dead on with an ion, and I know that an ion is what, 22 millimeters across. Unica, here's a good one to use. Here's the .mod 2, .v2. So that's how much smaller it is than that. Pretty good, right? Here it is next to like a regulated mod. And lastly, 21700 38 special. So this thing is minuscule. I wish I had a C-Bot still. I feel like that would have been a good one to compare it to size-wise. So yeah, this is the smallest Boro Mod in existence. I firmly believe that. I don't think there's anything else that's smaller. Yeah, there's other small stuff, but not like this. I really don't think so. I remember when the EYN came out, that was the shortest. Still might be. I don't have that anymore to compare, but this thing is just tiny all around. And it just feels really good because of that. It's just so friggin' easy to handle. And it's so light. You know, it's plastic. Yeah, I guess it could technically break, but I'm much happier that it's plastic rather than aluminum or something, because, you know, people think that stuff's, it's more durable, and like it's not as heavy as like a zinc alloy or something, but I love plastic mods. I think they hold up just fine, especially if it's a real block of Delrin, solid block of Delrin. I don't think this is, but if it were, you know what I mean? Here, that leads me to this. Here's a Delrin D650, right? Now it's a clone, but it is POM. It's not brand name Delrin, but as Delrin is a brand name, but POM, P-O-M, is the chemical compound of it or whatever. So you can see how much brighter white this BM40 is. It's very bright. And this is very bright for what it is, this kind of POM. So you can see how much more dull this looks. Now here's a super friggin' Delrin type of mod, and this is even darker, right? It seems like, in my opinion, or from what I've seen, the better the Delro, or the better the Delrin, the darker it'll end up getting. I don't know if there's any meaning to that, but that's what it seems like. Here's a really nice Delrin. Yeah, they're just like darker. Like there's, I don't know, there's like layers to it or something. Yeah, if that translates well enough. Now this has like a serious kind of coating on it that also is causing that. There's the original ions were a brighter white than that, but so yeah, I think this is ABS plastic. A lot of like the early clone Boros, not the Boro Mods, but the Boros, like the white Boros. If it wasn't coming directly from Billet Box Vapor, it was probably an ABS plastic. Now this mod, this is called the Akira. Mike Vapes has a review on this, I know. He still uses this at times in his lives. If he does lives with like ST Ambition mods, it's, you know, it's like a little Stratum look-alike, you know, wannabe high-end kind of mod. I know this is ABS plastic. So this, I don't know. I don't think it's the same thing unless it just has a different finish on it. Clearly, they're not in the same color. It's just really bright, this stuff. I don't know. I want to say it's POM. I'm just not sure. Okay? You know, it doesn't feel like it has any kind of special coating on it or anything. It's just, it does feel very flat, very matte. But it is smooth. It's just hard. You know, it's not like a rubbery, texturized kind of Delrin like a lot of high-end mods are. But, you know, this isn't a high-end mod. You know, I can't really compare it to that. But yeah, for what it is, I think it's great. They have them in black and they have them in white. I like white mods, so I got the white. If you get it through Dom, it's going to cost you, what, like $45, I believe? He had them up on a group buy for $40, and I think he wanted like $5 more for shipping. But if you buy it directly from this company, it's $35, but you'll have to wait longer because I don't think it'll be shipping from within the States. Don't quote me on that, but I just got it through Dom because, you know, that's where I first seen it, through the All Day Boros group. It used to be Billet Box USA on Facebook. And, you know, I bought through him before, and, you know, group buys are having a rough go now after the whole Aaron thing. You know, so he runs group buys on tons of products, and you can go through him to get all that stuff. He sent me a couple of these, which was nice of him. You know, these little terry cloth type things. ADB, All Day Boros. Pretty cool. And, yeah, I mean, so, you know, bottom feeders. I had that collab mod. That's a group, that was a group buy kind of group. Mostly for squonks, originally. And Scott McCann, he's another guy who does group buys, but no longer Aaron. But you know, Dom, definitely you could get it through him, and you'll get it pretty quick, like I did, and He's reliable, nice guy. So I forgot to mention about the panel. The panel is fucking great. It's super sturdy. I was very impressed with that. That's usually the telltale for cheap Boro mods. I mean, for such a cheap mod, this has great magnets on it. There is no movement whatsoever. They're like strong ass magnets too. I mean, it's not fucking around. This thing is good. They're actually better than this. I mean, I said these were good. This panel actually loosened up a bit. And I had the clear one too. I think they're both like not all that great. Now they got like looser or something. It does come with a little, you know, little user guide, little manual thing here. So if you want to read that for a second, you can. You know, so it's got protections and whatnot. Shit, you can even open it up. Oh, we got other languages, how considerate. But this mod, perfect. Perfect panel on there. So yeah, I mean, I would buy with confidence, especially if you're an MTL person. I'm thoroughly impressed. That's why I was very happy to do this video. I haven't got to do something really unique to me in a while, so I was very happy to do this. Glad I bought it. Alright gang, see ya.